Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to share with you how I can upgrade my MacBook Pro 15-inch Retina mid-2012 from 256GB storage to 1TB SSD storage. Let's get started. As you know that there are many stores on the market selling SSD, internal external storage, and I placed an order on Amazon for a 1TB SSD named OWC. It is an acronym of All the World Computer, and it was shipped to me with two little screwdrivers, one for removing the screws in the back of the Mac and one for removing this screw to remove the SSD. It's very useful, convenient. This is the original SSD, and now I'm going to remove it and put the OWC 1TB SSD into the Mac. So on the world computer sounds very strange, but after I read some comments and I see that this brand has been rated very high, and I decided to buy it. At the beginning I ordered the other brand, but they were supposed to ship from kind of China or somewhere, and it takes 2 to 3 weeks. It takes a long time. I've been waiting for half of a period, and I got the notification that it was canceled or for some reason, and then I canceled the order and I placed the order with OWC. As you can see that the original SSD that Apple used Samsung product for the internal storage, and the new one, which is OWC, are exactly the same size and direction of installation. So now I put the new SSD in and secure it with the screw, which is actually the new SSD also comes with a screw, but I want to use the original screw to secure the SSD into the chassis. And after that I put the power plug back and put the stem, which is also a protection sheet for the power plug, also the protection for the power plug, and plug it off. Blow the dust off and put the back in. So I'm not gonna put all the screws in yet. I turn it upside down and try to power on to see whether it is properly installed and properly powers on. And I realized that there is a question mark flashing in the middle of the screen. So what's going on here? Don't panic. I have to use the portable USB to boot the Mac. I plug it in and hold the power button for a couple seconds to power off, and then I waited for 5-6 seconds and press and hold the power button again at the same time with the option button on the keyboard. You can also press the power button until you hear the power on sound, and then you immediately hold the option key until the screen shows the search bar, which is searching for a network to install the Mac OS into the new SSD. Now I selected my home Wi-Fi network, and then I'm gonna enter the password for my home Wi-Fi network. Please like and subscribe my channel so you won't miss a new video when I have it. I hit enter to give the access to the Mac. And if you don't have the backup file to restore it into the new SSD when you install the Mac OS, then the Mac just install only the Mac OS, Mac operation system into the SSD. So if you have a backup file, you can restore it into the SSD you just mounted in the machine together with Mac OS. So I also have the Mac backup file that I previously created, which store all of my programs and softwares needed for my work. So now I have to power off the Mac and then power it on again so it can recognize the new device plugged into it. And I hold the power button until I hear the power on sound. I release the finger immediately, and I keep holding the option key until I see this screen that shows the backup file. And now I'm going to select the backup file to restore all the programs and the software into the new SSD in the machine. The Mac is now restore the backup file into the machine, and with the help of the bootable USB. So you have to have two devices. One is the bootable USB and one is the backup file. You cannot put two in one. You have to create them separately. One is a bootable USB and the other one is a backup file. You can't put them all in the one USB or both of the programs in one SSD. So now you can see the progress is more than half, and I have to wait not too long to get the whole procedure completely done before I can reboot the Mac and start using the new Mac. Actually, the Mac with the new 1 terabyte SSD storage. And you know that Mac is a very good machine, no matter it's a new model, a latest model, or the old model, it still works very well. And so I don't have to spend a lot of money to buy a new Mac. I can save money to buy drones or RPS. So I also have another video about how to create a bootable USB and how to back up the Mac into the portable SSD. So please subscribe and like my channel so you will be notified when I have a new video so you don't miss it. And until now, I can restore from the Time Machine or reinstall Mac OS, or this utility. I select restore from the Time Machine, which is the backup file that stores all the data and programs and software. So what I'm going to do now? Am I going to hit go back or continue? I'm going to hit continue. And you can see that it shows install macOS Catalina, which is the macOS version that is compatible with my Mac configuration that I previously created in the bootable USB. It's being said that you have to create the bootable USB in a USB. It doesn't need to be a high capacity USB. You just need a 64 gigabyte USB to be able to create a bootable USB. And it depends on how much you have in your Mac. Like my Mac storage only 256 gigabyte, and I backed it up in 1 terabyte SSD. That's more than enough. So now I'm going to hit on my backup disk, my name, backup disk, and no macOS system backups were found. As being said previously, you have to create a bootable USB in a USB and make a backup in a different SSD or USB or whatever device. Have to be two separate devices. So you can take a shortcut and just restore the backup file into the new 1 TB SSD while you're not installing the macOS into the SSD first, and then you can restore the backup file into that new 1 TB SSD. Now I'm going to click on install macOS Catalina. Now I'm going to enter the password. This is the password that I created when I created the bootable USB. It is optional. After I enter the password, it takes me to the backup disk again. When I hit continue, and it once again it say no macOS system backups were found. Now I have to click go back one more time and hit one more time, and it takes me to the initial screen, and I have to click on reinstall macOS and hit continue. And now the machine starts to install the macOS Catalina, and I hit continue. I have to wait for a little bit. Now the macOS shows you the screen that you have to read all over and agree or disagree. I'm gonna click on agree, and then I have to confirm that I have read and agree with the license and agreement. I hit that, and it shows me the media, the SSD that I mounted on the machine, which is OWC Aura Pro SSD 1 TB, but it is not actually 1 TB. It's just only 999.86 GB. And click install. So now the machine asks me to plug the power cable on to supply the Mac with the power to be able to have enough power to complete the installation. As you can see that it takes about 22 minutes to complete the installation of the macOS Catalina, and after this the macOS will restore the backup file that includes all the programs, software, and applications that I installed in the old SSD into the new SSD. Thank you for being patient to watch my video. I think it is a little longer, but it is made for people who are more careful and slow, and if you are fast and good at this, you can fast forward it for 4 or 5 minutes from this point. And I will also have another video about how to create bootable USB, and please subscribe and like my channel and hit the bell button so you won't miss my next video. Thank you. After the machine completed the macOS Catalina installation, it will start restore all the backup files, programs, applications, and all the software from my backup file into the new SSD. Then I gonna use my machine like I used to use it, without losing any programs, software, applications. And this is the advantage of backup file. You can back up into iCloud, or you can back up into a device, a USB if you have a 1 TB USB, or you can back it up into the SSD like I do, and then you have all what you had before. It is now restoring the old backup file into the new SSD, and I'm going to fast forward it 20 times which is about 2000% of the real speed. And now it is time to set up to complete your macOS installation. You're gonna choose the country you are living in and the preferred languages, and just follow the on-screen instructions to complete the installation of the macOS. And then you can use your machine like new. So I'm going to select the home Wi-Fi network and enter the password for the home Wi-Fi network and hit continue. At this step, the Mac asks you how do you want to transfer your information. You have to select from the Mac, from the time machine backup or startup disk. So of course you want to restore the backup file from the backup disk, and I'm going to select my backup disk and hit continue, and then hit my Mac Pro and hit continue. It is preparing the source. The source now is the backup file stored in my 1 TB portable SSD. All applications, my name, all the files and folders, computer and network settings, all will be transferred to the Mac with the new 1 TB SSD. It tells me that 30.92 GB selected, about 951.62 GB available after transferring. Now I can set a password for my computer, for my Mac. I'm gonna enter my password, whatever password you want, you memorize it and start from there. I don't know why it asks me if I want to shut down computer, and of course not. I'm gonna hit cancel. Again, I'm going to fast forward 20 times, which is 2000% faster than the real speed. So you have to be patient with doing this, because it's very important. If you are in a hurry and you want to do fast, you're gonna ruin your computer, you're gonna ruin your SSD, and your Mac will become a brick. You can see that Apple wants to block any program or applications that is not authorized by Apple, and the system extension block. So if you want to enable this extension, you can go to security preferences to enable it. And of course I have to enable it because some of the program I need to use it, so I unlock it. This is the password you just set when you install the Mac OS not long ago, and hit restart the Mac. Sorry for the dusty screen. You may have seen the white spots on the screen. It is eye itching, but I've been focused on install the SSD, install the Mac OS and all the program, and I didn't have time to pull it off. The system also looks for the incompatible software. Yeah, and it is done. Migration complete. Well, this is how you can upgrade the Mac into the new higher capacity SSD, and it takes a while. It doesn't take long, but you have to be patient with the procedure. Otherwise you are going to break it. And now it is successfully installed the Mac OS, and all my programs and softwares and applications have been installed in the new 1 TB SSD. And now I'm going to restart my Mac, and now it is loading all the program for the first time after I put the new SSD in. At this step, you keep following the on-screen instruction to do some setups for iCloud. You have to update the software, and you need to update the software so the program in your Mac in the new SSD will run smoothly and faster. Now I am confident enough to unplug the backup disk and also the bootable USB. As you can see that all of my programs and softwares are installed in the new SSD, and I would like to test one of the programs to see if it works properly and smoothly. I'm gonna open Final Cut Pro and see how it works. Yep, Final Cut Pro works. Now I'm gonna open up my QuickTime player and see how it works. Yep, it seems that everything works well since I migrated all informations and applications from the backup file into the new SSD. And now I'm going to restart and check the capacity of the new SSD, and I can see that the capacity is 999.86 gigabyte. There is another way to check the capacity of the SSD. Go to the Apple icon and click on that, and click on preferences, and go to storage, and I can also see that 999.86 gigabyte. And now I'm going to shut down the machine and turn it upside down, and then I'm going to put on the screws in the back of the machine. So I have to unplug at first, turn it over, and put on the screws in to secure the back of the Mac. And then I'm gonna open up the screen and start the machine one more time to see how it starts. Does it start fast, and is there anything wrong with it? And that's it. And this is how to upgrade your Mac to 1TB SSD and migrate all the programs and the software from the previous SSD, back it up and migrate it into the new SSD. And if you are new to the channel, please consider to subscribe and like and hit the bell button so you won't miss the new video when I have it. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.